DBS Broly is not Broly in my opinion. Because they made him good. Broly was never good. Like, I understand why they may have wanted to change his backstory a little and alter some things about him as a person and how he feels about Goku. But I just feel like turning him into a good guy was going a bit too far. They could have turned him into... Honestly, I felt like they didn't even need to make any changes to Broly's character in the first place. From what I've seen, most people seem to think that people who like the original Z Broly only like him because of how savage he was. But that wasn't just the only part of the appeal. There was so much more to the original Z Broly that people are just missing. Most people seem to think that Broly in both versions is just a rampaging, big muscled, bumbling idiot. In DBS Broly's case, that may be true, because they ruined him with all those dumb unnecessary changes that they made. But the original Z Broly was actually smart and terrifying. And he wasn't just some mindless, rampaging, berserk beast man. There's just so much more to Z Broly that people just never give him credit for. Everybody likes to bring up that how they think that the original Z Broly got mad at Goku because he was crying too loudly as a baby or some stupid shit like that. But I don't think that's the real reason. My headcanon is that the original Z Broly got like that when he was around Goku because he was just pumped up to fight him, you know? He sensed his awesome power and it may have motivated him to want to fight. Or at least that's my headcanon. That's what I would like to believe. So I'm just going with that. But I feel like people are missing the real reason Z Broly may have been so angry there, you know? People really think that Z Broly was just angry because Goku was crying as a baby next to him. Even after everything that was shown that he had been through, that's all people could think about, that's all people could say. And it's one of the dumbest things I've seen. And I'm just here to put an end to all of that nonsense. Because I think there's a lot more to it. Z Broly went through a lot of shit throughout his life growing up. As a baby, they tried to kill him. They stabbed him through the chest with a sword, and he only survived because of his immense power and potential. And he was able to survive and escape with his father because of that. Could you imagine how traumatic that must have been for him? Then after that, using his power to survive the destruction of Planet Vegeta. When he started life living with his father abused him and took advantage of him growing up. And we could see that was very hard on him, you know? I think he has every right to be mad. That was Broly's real character in the original. But all people could ever seem to bring up was that he got mad because Goku was crying next to him. That isn't the full story. And I don't think that that's the real reason he was so mad. I also think it wasn't just to fight Goku, but also just to assert dominance over everyone there and just take out his rage on everyone and everything there. Let it all out after all those years, you know? People don't think about these things. And it's dumb and sad. That was the real Broly. Z Broly even killed his father in the original and got revenge on him. The new DBS Broly, on the other hand, he cares a lot about his father and treats him very nicely, and even gets mad when he got killed by Frieza. And when he goes on a rampage in DBS, it's only because he has this thing called the Ikari form, where it's like the Great Ape form but in a humanoid version of it. So he loses control of himself because of that. And it just doesn't hit like the original, because he's not going on a rampage because he's genuinely angry or anything. He's just doing it because of that Uzaru power welling up within. Like DBS Broly, when he goes on a rampage, he doesn't even actually say anything. He just grunts and yells all the time. And it just doesn't feel as special. In the original Z version, when he would talk about how he would torture the different characters there, he would be beating down on and all that, it felt special. You could really tell he was genuinely evil and out for blood in the original. Pure evil no matter what. So when Z Broly comes out, it's genuinely terrifying, and it genuinely keeps you on the edge of your seat, because he means business. He's genuinely going to, be out there to wreak havoc and, do some evil stuff. But DBS Broly, he's literally just a rampaging, bumbling dumbass. And he's a good guy. There's just no comparison at all.